Hi, this is Brianna Wilkerson from Made Well, a coaching practice really designed to empower others to be healthy and thrive in all areas of their lives. And so I am a health, business, and purpose coach. But as many of you know who have journeyed with me for a while, I really started out as a health coach. And then later on, I kind of really just was passionate about helping others in their businesses and their health coaching practices as well. And then really helping others discover their purpose for their lives as I had my own journey in that. But today we're going to come from a health point of view, and we're going to talk about health, wellness, and essential oils, because essential oils is another big passion of mine. So this series that I'm about to start is called Getting the Body You Want Naturally, because let's be honest, we all want our bodies to change in somehow, right? Whether it's physically on the outside, externally, I should say, or internally. We want our health to be better, but we do sometimes want to change different aspects of how we look. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think when we become obsessed with it, then it can be a really bad thing. But really why I started this 7-part series was that I think during, especially the new year or just any point when people are trying to change their body in some sort of way, they go through extreme methods. They go through crash dieting or an extreme program that's depriving, or even very intense exercise programs that are not sustainable. And it's not that those things are bad, and it's not that you won't get results, but you need to also do something in such a way, or figure out even a plan after, that when you're done, you can continue to thrive and move forward in your health goals. Because it is the saddest thing, and it also just brings you down when you push forward and you work so hard and then everything kind of comes crashing down, right? And so this series is really designed to help you all really get the body you want internally, externally, and just the health you want naturally by applying practical, sustainable steps, as well as including great supplements like essential oils. And so if you want to hear more about my story with essential oils and why I started with that even, you could feel free to check out my blog. But as well as, even my story with health and wellness and why I became a health coach. Because if you know me as well, or just have followed me for a while, I just really am passionate about the things that I go through, and I found victory in helping others in those things, right? And so this series is really designed to help you do that as well. So this is the first part 1. Now, part 1 is about the wellness pyramid, and that from there each week we're gonna kind of talk about each area of that wellness pyramid with practical things you can do in those areas, as well as different essential oils and wellness products that can help you in those areas. Now, doTERRA, which is one of the essential oil companies around today and the one I use, they have this thing called the wellness period, and why I really loved this company, because I believed in the wellness period. That's the things that I practice as well in my health coaching practice. Now, so let's kind of just talk about the bottom. The bottom of the wellness pyramid is actually nutrition. Go figure, right? And it just kind of shows you that nutrition is way more important for just than your external results, right? Everything you do for your health is the foundation, is how you eat. And that's really because 60 to 80% of your immune system is in your stomach. So if you want to feel better overall, and if you want your health to go better, if you want to avoid a lot of preventable diseases, you need to eat well. Now, eating well varies, right? Everyone has their different definition of that. And we can kind of talk about that as we go along with the series. And if you feel free to reach out to me about that, because I have a certain way that I think is more advantageous than a lot of other things, and I think it's sustainable. And I'm gonna do some stuff in a couple of weeks too, to really kind of share more about the nutrition part, since it's so fundamental to help people in that area. Now, the next, after you go the bottom, is the next thing is exercise. Now, really exercise or movement, because our bodies were meant to stay in motion. Our bodies were meant to be tested and tried and strengthened through different exercises. I'm just gonna be honest. So I do CrossFit, right? And that I love it because it does multiple different types of exercises, and it really improves your fitness. Now, I went in really strong with a lot of my cardio, my metabolic conditioning, because I did a lot of running. But over the last year, especially being so busy with a bunch of different other things, I realized I've been putting a lot more work on the strength side there. And, if you go there and you do everything well, you're going to just get fit in all areas. But I just noticed I stopped running on my own as much, and I'm just like, I feel so slow. But knowing that, I'm like, okay, well, I need to get back into that side because that's actually really healthy for me, and my body needs that extra movement. An example. And then the next part after nutrition, exercise is rest and manage stress. Now, if you went through my New Year, New You series, you know how important I think managing your stress and sleep is. Because really, when you're stressed, your body goes into fight or flight mode, usually fight, and your adrenaline is going, and if you're chronically stressed, the rest of your body is shutting down anything that doesn't need to be paid attention to, and it's trying to help you deal with that stressful situation. Now the issue is when you're chronically stressed, your digestive system isn't working the way it should. The other parts of your body are not working the way it should because your body is trying to fight that chronic stress all the time. And that is why you're more sick when you're stressed. And that is why all these different problems arise, even health and weight and blood pressure and cholesterol. And another thing is sleep. Sleep is the place where we rest. It's the place where our body gets restored, our mind gets restored. And this is the most important area for me right now because this is the area that I know I need to work in because I have so many things on my plate, like most people. I'm not trying to say I'm like Superwoman and whatever, we all do, but I always let sleep go aside and then it builds up. And so that's one thing I know that I'm going to really help you in as I help myself. And then the fourth area is reduce toxic load. Now this is an interesting area, but the majority of the time we think what we eat and what we do with our bodies, like exercise and nutrition, and even stress and sleep are the most important. But I'm going to argue and say this is one of the most important things as well. Now, reducing toxic loads means that we are exposing ourselves to toxins every day, whether it be the things we smell, even air fresheners, the things we put on our skin, things we take internally. Now, toxins are the things that mess with our hormones, it mess with our immune system, it messes with a lot of things. And so what you put on your skin matters just as much as what you put on in your body because your skin is your biggest organ. It's going to get in your body the same way food is going to get in your body, right? Like it's just going to go in. And even what you smell goes inside your body. And so it's just important to really start looking at different ways that you can reduce that toxic load to improve your health. And now I'll give an example for me. I had very sensitive skin, and I always have, and I always used to use like a unscented bar soap. I never used much lotion because I was scared I was going to break out and all these things. And then so I got introduced to some of doTERRA's, just sort of their facial products, and I'm a tester. I'm not going to say this is going to work because it is by a certain company or it has certain natural things. And I tested it, and I just noticed that was probably the best time my face has ever felt, and the cleanest and the healthiest. And so I continue to use some of those products, right? And it's just so empowering to know that there are not just food and exercises that I can do to take care of myself, but there's also things I could put on myself. And so me and my husband both have gone on a point where we've switched a lot of pretty much everything that we use in the house to clean and also on our skin and in our hair to a more natural product. But we went on that journey. I'm not saying you need to do everything at one time because that's overwhelming. And then the last two sections are informed self-care and medical care. Now, I'm in proactive medical care. I'm a believer in doctors. I'm not trying to say like essential oils or natural things are going to heal everything. There's a reason why doctors are so smart and they were made and they went to study because they just know things about that we don't necessarily know. And sometimes you need something more than the natural thing, right? And so informed self-care is really being careful about what you do to take care of yourself overall. And the reason that it's at the top too, because if you're doing all the things at the bottom, you're doing most of those things. You're taking care of yourself, but there might be additional things. And you can really decide, even as we go through what those additional things are. And then proactive medical care is being proactive. Like if you feel like you're really sick and something maybe even natural isn't working, go to the doctor soon. Don't be like, and also proactive means, regularly getting your checkups. Super important, right? Regularly going to the dentist, regularly just making the effort to be proactive before something wrong happens. And that's why I even love essential oils or natural ways of doing things because they help you with both the reactive and the proactive approach to your health. Okay? And then the last thing too, in regards to the wellness pyramid and essential oils, basically throughout the next few days or a few parts of the series, I am going to really help you understand more what essential oils are. And the next part is really just like what essential oils are, how can you use them? Because maybe you're new, you never heard about them or not quite sure, and maybe you haven't attended a class. And so, but just to want to say basically what essential oils are in nature's medicine cabinet. They're natural reoccurring things from barks, stems, roots, flowers, parts of the plant that have been known to help the plant itself protect itself against different environmental threats and provides other health benefits for the plant itself. So when they're extracted, you say you take a peppermint leaf, you crush it. Really, that's when the aroma and all the good effects come out, because they have little oil sacs. And just like any herb, that you're releasing it. So essential oils take those oils straight from the oil sacs, so they're really potent and highly concentrated. And they can be up to 50 to 70 times more concentrated than herbs. And so that just goes to show you one drop of even a peppermint is like 28 cups of tea. The potency is equal to that. So it goes a long, long way. So including different things like essential oils in all these areas, as well as taking practical, sustainable in your health, in all these areas in the wellness pyramid, I know are going to really help you in your health overall. So some practical steps even moving forward as we go through this series. Be sure to be reading the blog posts, the videos, applying anything that you're learning and asking me questions. I also have a health and wellness community online in Facebook. It's called Restart Your Health Community. Please join it. We're growing there, and every day we talk about something, and everyone posts questions on different things. It's just meant to be a support base for you going forward, and that's a free online community. And so feel free to join us at any point and really restart, restore, and recommit to your health for good, for the long haul, for the rest of your life, right? And so thank you so much for listening. I will be back next time with the basics of essential oils. And yes, feel free to join our Restart Your Health community. And there are going to be some other great things that are even going to come along with this series that I'll be sharing about in that group. And so be sure to check it out. Have a great one, and I will talk with you soon.